Hello, everyone. Not the most conventional start to one of these broadcasts, but so it goes with live broadcasting. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. Here in a few minutes, we'll get the first Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast started. This is Tides Tuesday. We'll have a raid soon from Sensei Bullrock. There's a look at the lineup for today. It continues beyond me, but that was the first portion of it. We're raiding over to Carbon Bra, the other side of 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. There are 8 players in right now. I'd love to start right at top of the hour. It's been challenging because, for whatever reason, Twitchy Tides has been very slow to load today. It would not load at all for me as a browser source in OBS Studio. So I had to resort to using it on the other computer, my high-end gaming computer, just for Twitchy Tides. And I've used a capture card to bring it to you here. So this might not be having those whistles and bells you might ever see, but we'll make it work this way. I don't know why. This reminds me of the old days when the game would take 45 minutes to get loaded up. It would feel that way. It just wouldn't load sometimes. So I don't know if something got reverted or what happened. Or if it's a problem on my end, that could be it too. So if we have 10, then we'll start right at top of the hour. If not, then soon thereafter we'll get that first game going. You need a minimum of 10 players for a game of Twitchy Tides that'll count for those leaderboard standings, that monthly competition. Had a lot of fun this past Saturday calling Swanee Tigers men's lacrosse. We'll be back up there this Saturday. They've got a postseason tournament, conference quarterfinals for the SAA, hosting Hendricks, 7 p.m. Central Star Time. It was like 8 p.m. Eastern, double O UTC. A night game up there. They got track and field all day. It's going to make it challenging. We got Scurvybot giving out Nash Cash just for watching me here. Just for watching right now, the fish tank. You're getting Nash Cash from Scurvybot. We're giving away some Twitchy Tide Series 5 packs throughout the course of the broadcast. We'll open up with a Pen Arts Easter pack. Got 2 items each inside. I think we'll do one of those per hour. Many thanks to the Board.js for sending those to me to give away. I think that's how we'll get started here, but we'll need 10 for have a minimum per game to count for the leaderboard standings. So we'll wait for that. Welcome to NashvilleLou Live. It is busy season for me, to put it mildly. All the stuff I do with the NFL mock draft. But for me, the pressure, this time tomorrow, pressure will it'll be close to off. If not, it probably will be, because I'm planning to do a special NFL draft show tomorrow. At least talk about it some. In addition, I've got a bounty block. For those of you that watch me for a while here, you've collected some of the promotional items from the NashvilleLou collection. I wonder, well, what can I really do with this, etc., etc. Well, I got Mock Draft Mania 2025. This goes from now until an hour from now tomorrow, 25 hours from now. So it's a limited availability, limited engagement. Giving away some of these. There's some cards from 2021 and 2022. And Leaf doesn't make these anymore. But some of these guys have been around for a bit. COVID and the way things handled by the NCAA some people had extended careers on the college level. Bottom line, though, we're going to have some great prizes to give away. And so let me make sure I can have the proper information for you before I talk it up too much. Oh, there it is. It posted for me. Stream elements on top of it. So we got 9 players in, 1 more in, and we'll have enough for a game that'll count for the leaderboard standings. There's Jamie Penguins. That's 10. All right, so we're going to start it right now. If I win, prize goes to second place. This first Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. Welcome to Tides Tuesday. Depth charge. Right away, Kiyoshi Nobu gets taken out. Down to 9. Everybody gets a top 10 finish out of this. My goal is to start right at top of the hour, but normally I would have had a 1 hour lead in. I was all set with some. As Krabby Mike works the bottom part of the screen, taking out Flower and Billy XBT. We're down to 7. I had plans to have some Warsaken Blitz Classic as a lead-in, but it was just a comedy of errors here between Twitchy Tides not loading up at all for me as a browser source, Twitchy Tides taking forever and a day to load up on the other computer in Google Chrome. All the hoops that I jumped through on that, plus the coffee maker, decided to go berserk on me. Zach Bonifer gets taken out by Big Worm with a hook. We're down to 6. Opening game of the broadcast, NashvilleLou Live. You want to join me tomorrow? Sensei Bullrock, thank you for the raid, Sensei. Thank you. Greetings and welcome, everybody. We'll be giving away a Faded Monsuda pack after this game, next game. We'll be giving away first edition Joints and Flowers pack. How about that? You want to stick around, make sure you get in on that. We've got others to give away here throughout the broadcast. Also some Twitchy ties to give away. We're down to 4. Big Worm the Hook. That takes out Jamie Penguins. We're down to 3. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Thrilled to have you here with me. I'm having to do this a little bit different than normal just because of circumstances. I'm still not sure why it took so long to load, why it wouldn't load it all for me. Not all the way, at least, in OBS Studio. Pink Felicia's not worried about my technical problems. She's coming through. Jamie Penguin's out. Nadu 6 out. We're down to the final 2. Fonny T. And me, NashvilleLou. I'm in there. Team No Hands, and I've been realizing I'm final 2. So Fonny T's going to get the prize either way. Looks like I'm going to hit the hook right here. And that's the game. So congratulations, Fonny T. The winner here in this first Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast, you win that Happy Easter pack. That Pen Arts Easter pack's got 2 items inside, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. I'm talking about that bounty block, that giveaway. It's like 25 hours from now it's going to end, so it's a short event. But you can use promotional items from the NashvilleLou collection in that if you're so inclined. So, okay, I have to go over. Some of my muscle memory on my normal order of doing things is thrown off because I normally use one computer for Twitchy Tides. Got to use the big one over here tonight. Making it work. Oh, we had 10 players, so everybody gets the top 10 finish. The entire leaderboard. All the way up to number 1, your winner, Fonny T, victorious. All right, back open now, next Twitchy Tides game. Winner of this next game is going to win a first edition Joints and Flowers pack from Faded Monsuda. Many thanks to Sensei Bullrock, not only for that raid, but also for giving me these various Faded Monsuda packs to give away, but at least one more to give away. Actually, we'll make it 2, one more in each hour. So this one for this hour, an additional for the second hour, and then a third for that third hour. Also, we're going to have in total 4 Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs to give away between now and 1 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So within the next 3 hours, we got a bunch of good prizes lining up. Fun times here. Before the raid, I was talking about the schedule I have, just because this time of year gets very busy for me. I do a lot with the NFL draft. For years and years, I've owned a website, DraftKing.com. And you can imagine all the challenges of dealing with DraftKings. Even though I was there, they came to me wanting to buy in 2010, or 2011, excuse me. Long story. But anyway, so I can't compete with a torrent, raging river of gambling money. So going something else, and MockDraftNFL.com is my new site. So that's what I'm pushing here tonight. Tomorrow I'll probably have something with a live stream, talk about the draft more at that point, because I'll have that's when I'll lock it in. The Wednesday, the night before the draft is when you lock it in. Particularly with the Huddle Report, which has been keeping track of this even longer than I've been doing this, and I've been doing it for 22 years. But they do a great job, and I've adjusted my approach a few years ago, and it really improved things. A lot of it's just taking my own evaluation out of the process, make it a lot more analytical. Anyway, so I'll talk more about that coming up tomorrow. So it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern, thereabouts. Don't want to say anything too firm on that yet because the priority for tomorrow is getting that mock draft finished. If something crazy happens late, I need to be able to pivot. So it goes. We'll do our best to have some fun with this. All right, so we got 17 players in for this second game of the broadcast. I don't think I'm in yet because like I said, the whole muscle memory thing getting thrown off. Glad to have all y'all here with me. NashvilleLou Live. I won second place before with Lulu. Let's see if I can go. It's a 2 for Tuesday, like our classic rock radio station. We got 18 players in. Make that 19. Yeah, nice prize here for this winner of this next game. Faded Monsuda First Edition Joints and Flower Pack. It's flower singular, not plural. I had to check. I kind of just say it halfway. Flowers. It's joints, plural, and flower pack. It's good stuff. It's Faded Monsuda. Speaking of good stuff, we got Twitchy Tides packs we're giving away. We'll have one coming up later in the hour. In total, 4 to give away between now and 1 a.m. Eastern. And be sure when you get in to double check to see if the bouncer confirms that you're human. Seems like they're going to more normal stuff with the checking, which is a good thing. It got a little weird there with the emotes. I'm like, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Is this a Rorschach test? I don't consent to this information being used. Or doing math problems. I mean, math problems in theory, easy enough, but man, you want to make this easy for people to play, but you want to stop bots from bad behavior. I understand that too. That's going to be a never-ending battle, but it's going to be a necessary one. All right. Let's make sure I take down the proper frame. Again, so my normal muscle memory is kind of thrown off. Okay, do I take this down? Let's make everything disappear. No capture cards on a different source. I should be fine. There we go. Much better. All right, so last chance. So you should want to get in this next game. Got a Faded Monsuda First Edition Joints and Flower Pack going to the winner. Got 21 players in for this game, so last chance to get in with exclamation mark play in chat. Let's see. I do need to adjust one thing with the end message. Everything got thrown off and I had to kind of reverse course a bit. I was going to start an hour early and just have some Forsaken Blitz Classic, but man, with the game, it's a good thing I had the extra time. I'll put it like that. That gave me time to get prepped, and we got it now, so that's the important thing. Stop whining. But now we can throw it off like, okay, where's the thing I was going to copy and paste, because everything's going to be complicated with this. Extra chances for people to get in here with exclamation mark play, if nothing else. I'll make sure I get this attribution in. I don't want to forget this. Normally, I trust that Stream Elements will post that. And they probably do, but better safe than sorry. Let's get the stuff I need here. ScurvyBot is live. Exclamation mark play in chat to enter the next game, yes. And then the contest. Got a bounty block. It's only going to run for a little more than 24 hours from now. Hyping up the MockDraftNFL.com, my new NFL draft website. All right, we got 24 players in. We got ScurvyBot giving out Nash Cash. Players able to dig every 15 minutes. 10 Nash Cash required to dig, but no dig pass required and a 100% success rate. With that in mind, okay? Use the other computer and thus the other mouse to get this started. So 24 players are in. Again, to reiterate, for the winner of the second game, you're getting a Faded Monsuda First Edition Joints and Flower Pack, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. And those items from the NashvilleLou collection, those promotional items, you can use that in the bounty block that's linked here in chat. Hello, everybody watching over on Kick. I don't allow chat over there. I can't monitor more than one. And Twitchy Tides is a Twitch game, but there are people that watch me on Kick, and to them I say thank you. I appreciate all my viewers. Glad to have you here. Okay, 25 players. Let's get to it, shall we? If I win, prize goes to second place. You can see the mouse creeping up. Kind of stooges me out. I hide it down here to the logo. You'll know it's not up there. All right. I don't want this on screen anyway, but, you know, you make the best of it. So 25 players with a Faded Monsuda pack on the line. This next game begins now. We got 26 in. Welcome to NashvilleLou Live. Welcome to Twitchy Tides Tuesday. And a rude welcome right away from Krabby Mike doing the wall crawl, taking out Liquid Chill and Jamie Penguins. To the best of my knowledge, I've adjusted the settings here on this other computer to match what I normally have. The biggest thing I do is cap the number of kills for the opponents, the enemies. It defaults to unlimited. I don't think that's a particularly good way to go about it. From my storytelling standpoint, if you got like a lot of people in there, maybe a different matter. Let's see. We got Painful Asia coming through. Mark UX and Dragon Rider got zapped down to 22. So roughly this time tomorrow, I want to promise something I can't deliver time-wise, but I plan on having some sort of a live stream tomorrow here on Twitch. More Twitchy Tides, talk NFL draft at that point. Maybe even dust off NCAA Football 14. So I talk EA Sports into making the new college game for the PC. I need to buy a $500 gaming console that I'll use for that and that alone. This is a Neo Geo. Big Worm the Hook. Kiyoshi Nobu's out. We're down to 19. One nice thing about having to do it this way is I've got Twitchy Tides on my big TV. And so you get like a really vibrant. This game, the artwork in this game is beautiful. Pink Falacia stings Len PH and Sumerian B. Down to 17. Like, I understand if you're having some pre-recorded content, like with Forsaken Blitz Classic. I don't have this on the full screen. But when you can do it this way, I don't understand I don't know why you would take this and squish it down. Or especially if you're not going to keep the contrast rate correct. I mean, those aren't my streams and those aren't my problems. But it baffles me. Because this game's beautiful is my point. The artwork's tremendous. They got bailed out right there. Bo Reddington got the sharp teeth from Debo, as did Flower. Debo was heading right for my Lulu fish. I would have been goners. I got saved. Sometimes you'll get helped out by some inadvertent that somebody else does in this game. Big worm the hook, and then sometimes you get taken out because of somebody else. Zach Bonifer hits the hook, which goes up, takes out Funko Lover. We're down to 10. So remaining players, you got a top 10 finish. These leaderboard points, that monthly competition. Pink Felicia takes out Billy XBT and Mocha Twitcher. We're down to 8. Like, there's just enough motion to the way that the fish move in the game that it helps with the suspension of disbelief. But it's not so much that it gets obnoxious or annoying. Pink Felicia zaps Random King and Pennybags Jr. We're down to 6. Most of the enemies I have capped at a maximum of 2 kills per on-screen appearance. For cannonballs, I've got it 3. Done some trial and error, and I think that combo works pretty well. Pink Felicia stings Tricky Chicky. We're down to 5. Very close there for Master A's coming down. Luckily, the business into that needle nose pointed the other way. Staying away from Felicia. Up top, Krabby Mike. Now, this is advantage CTR Heels fan. Remember, Krabby Mike is unable to kill. King Claw. Terran Lord, Master A's are taken out. We're down to the final 3. Grimace, CTR Heels fan, and me. Lulu Fish, having some good luck here early. It's not like I'm doing moves with it. A Faded Monsuda pack is on the line for the winner of this game. Krabby Mike going to get my Lulu Fish. Nope. And if I win, the prize goes to second place, so remember that as well. Well, Krabby Mike takes out Grimace, so we know CTR Heels fan is going to get the prize. As much as I'd like to commandeer the prize for myself, those Faded Monsuda cards are great. But that's not the way it works. Those will be given away. So CTR Heels fans going to get it. Coming up later this hour, we'll be giving away a Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack. Depth Charge takes out CTR Heels fans, so winner is me. Lulu getting it done. Team No Hand style. But of course, the prize in that case goes to the winner. And so that'll be CTR Heels fan. A little trickier for me to get this scroll down on this side, but I can do it. Because it's top 10 finishers, leaderboard points. All the way up to number 1. I got the win, but that prize, that Faded Monsuda pack, it's going to you, CTR Heels fan. Congratulations. All right, back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game with exclamation mark play in chat. All right, I got 4 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. If you'd like to join, just type exclamation point play in chat. I'm sticking with Lulu. So it's exclamation mark play to get into this next Twitchy Tides game. I noted earlier, I'm best to promote MockDraftNFL.com, my new NFL draft website. In the process of trying to line up a buyer for DraftKing.com. These things can be complicated. But MockDraftNFL.com is where I've got my... And where tomorrow, more importantly, where I'll have the final one for this draft. Lock it in the night before. It's the way the way I do it, and that's kind of the way it's handled as far as an apples-to-apples comparison with the Huddle Report, which I've been keeping track of that for like even longer than I've been doing mock drafts, and I've been doing it for 22 years. If I perform well with my mock, I'll be in a pretty good spot because the one from that 5 years prior roll off. And I just had the COVID, the 2020, the pandemic draft. That was a very weird draft for many number of reasons. But it was after that, and that whole thing caused me to adjust my approach. I mean, well, what if I just look purely at, certain other factors and don't take my own, don't try and play scout myself, because as much as I tried, I didn't get into this to be a scout. I did this because I thought it'd be fun to put a mock draft together as a one-off 22 years ago, and it was. But it then brought me a ton of traffic. The problem now, though, is that MockDraftNFL.com, I just bought that domain last month, and it takes Google a while. I gotta get warmed up. It's not like the old days where you just right away get that mega push. No, you're whether it really exists or not, the perceived sandbox effect. Anyway, so between that, men's lacrosse, and then trying to take 2 hours to get Twitchy Tides to load up on this computer over here, and it just was not going to cooperate. Luckily, the other one got to work for me. I love Twitchy Tides and Tides Tuesday. No complaints. Glad to have y'all here with me. All right. It throws me off because I have a certain way of doing things that if things go smoothly and I do things, the technical problems and those gremlins tend to be kept at bay at least a bit more. All right. So for this next Twitchy Tides game, the winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Got 14 players in. If I win, prize goes to second place. So if you're winning for this next game and you're not in yet, last chance, with exclamation point play in chat. Remember, I've got that bounty block going on. Just a relatively short event. Runs for a little more than 24 hours from now. If you've won promotional items from the NashvilleLou collection, well, Lou, what can I do with these? I can't stake these anywhere, et cetera, et cetera. No, don't worry about that. Use it here. You can use those promo items from the NashvilleLou collection, turn those into entries in that bounty block event. And even if you're not into sports cards or digital sports cards, some of those, like that Chris Olave 2021 Future Stars, the floor on that's 175 wax. Quinn Ewers, Leaf Pro Set 45. Tyler Shuck. And that's Tyler Shuck for 2nd through 5th as well, 15. The point is, like, there's some value to this. It isn't like just some random thing thrown together. And particularly because Leaf doesn't do this anymore. These are like the last of the prospects from the very strange days after the pandemic era. You add in NIL and transfers, and a lot of things have changed. But one thing's stayed pretty strong here, and that's Twitchy Tides. Great fun. 14 players are in, so we'll get this next game started right now. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this third Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides here on Tides Tuesday. A depth charge got blown up. Couldn't handle the ghost command from Zach Bonifer. Still to come later this hour, we'll be giving away a Twitchy Tides Series 5-pack, one of the new ones. We got 4 of those to give away between now and 1 a.m. Eastern. Well, so much for the luck there for Lulu. Finally ran out. Pink Felicia zaps my Lulu fish. T. Walter gets zapped as well. We're down to a dozen. And then Mock Draft Mania 2025. Krabby Mike, ground level. Clawing away, taking out Nadu 6 and Pettybags Jr. We're down to 10. So remaining players, you've earned a top 10 finish and thus leaderboard points out of this game. But I think the timing, even though it's a brief run with a bounty block, it should work out pretty well from a timing standpoint. Consumer break tomorrow, Breakman. Make sure to post that in his Discord. Pink Felicia, Stings Azile, and Silent One. We're down to 8. The Hook, Big Worm, takes out Dragon Rider and 2 high. We're down to 6. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Still to come in this broadcast, we'll have another Faded Monsuda pack to give away in our next hour. An additional one in our third hour. Got 4 Twitchy Tide Series 5 packs as the Cannonball misses everybody. Got 2 more of those Happy Easter packs from Pin Arts and DeBoer JS. Many thanks for that. And perhaps other surprises to come. Up top, Krabby Mike with that wall crawl. So Billy XBT and Benarba High are out. We're down to the final 4. Tricky Chicky, Bonnie T, Bo Reddington, and Zach Bonifer. The last 4. And here comes Debo the Shark. Debo going right to left. Debo gets Tricky Chicky, and we're down to 3. Zach Bonifer, Fonnie T, and Bo Reddington. Now here comes Debo the Shark up top. That flare command. Fonnie T sends Debo the other direction, but Bo Reddington got taken out in the interim. So 2 very powerful commands there. Zach Bonifer with the Swimsley Fish and that Ghost command. Fonnie T with the Neon Leon and the Flare command. And up top, it's Debo. Debo the Shark takes out Zach Bonifer, and that's the game. So congratulations, Fonnie T. That's 2 of the first 3 games that you get the victory. 1 in Game 1, and 1 here just now in Game number 3. Congratulations. And for a Xylon up, a top 10 finish. All the way up to number 1, your winner, Fonnie T, victorious. All right, we're back open for our next Twitchy Tides game with exclamation mark play in chat. I thought I updated this with the proper school listing. I changed the time, not the listing. Okay. I'll be calling men's lacrosse Southern Athletic Association quarterfinal championship tournament round. Swanee hosting Hendricks. This Saturday, 7 p.m. my time, so 8 p.m. Eastern, UTC. You want to do something on a Saturday night, say, what's this guy? What's he sound like when he calls men's lacrosse? Well, now's your opportunity. Already got 8 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. You can get in as well with exclamation mark play in chat. This time I'll get in with the Vape Ape from Las Vegas Ape. Many thanks to Las Vegas Ape who organizes Tides Tuesday, along with Wet and Wild Wednesday. There's a lot to have to coordinate with that. He does a good job with it. Many thanks, Las Vegas Ape. All right, so for this next Twitchy Tides game, we'll give away a Consumer Break Dragon Sketch card, plus a Twitchy Tides Common Fish, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. I'll make every effort to expedite sending out the prizes after the broadcast. Anybody wanting to use those promo items from the NashvilleLou collection that are won tonight within the bounty block that's linked in chat, you'll be able to do that with enough time to make that work. Do everything in my power to do that. So ScurvyBot's giving out Nash Cash. No dig pass required. 100% success rate. 15-minute cooldown between digs. Subscribers earn 10 times as much Nash Cash as regular viewers, but everybody earns Nash Cash that watches with their linked Wax wallet, of course. I'll be back here next week, Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 0200 UTC. Will be week 27, my 27th week at least, of doing Twitchy Tides Tuesday. That should be a lot of fun coming up Tuesday next week, 10 p.m. Eastern. Have more of these Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs to give away, more Faded Monsuda packs to give away as well. We got 14 players in at the moment for this next Twitchy Tides game. If you want to get in and you're not in yet, go ahead and do so now with !play in chat. So I'll be with you for another 2.5 hours. I'll just keep track of the time because we have certain time windows here. It's important that rate out the proper time, make sure the prizes are divvied out. As far as who won what. I can always send it out after the raid, that's why. Because otherwise it slows down the pacing of the broadcast for me. Especially on this large TV, I get distracted sometimes with this particular scene, the lobby area here, just because of the tremendous artwork in this game. And again, it's not overly done as far as the animation, but it's enough to make it feel like the fish are really swimming around. Even with different artists and different styles and different interpretations of what a fish is, ultimately it all fits together remarkably well. And I think what I love most about Twitchy Tides is that everybody gets to play that wants to. Even if you don't have a wax wallet, even if you don't have any intention of ever getting one, you don't want to jump through those hoops, you can just type !play, hit enter, and the game will assign a fish for you, and you have to play for fun. And you have a fish to cheer for. So nobody gets left out. Nobody's like, well, I don't want to jump through these hoops, but that means I don't get to play, and then they leave and they haven't had a good experience. My goal with this is to have people have good experiences when they're here. With that in mind, let's get to the next game, shall we? Got 17 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. For the winner, a Consumer Break Dragon Sketch card, plus a Twitchy Tides Common Fish, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection that you can use in that aforementioned bounty block draft day themed one. That's linked in chat. So 18 players. I've used the other keyboard or the other mouse because it is on this other computer tonight. They call it Audible as it works. This means you get to see the on-screen mouse. Makes a rare appearance. Because normally I just use the OBS Studio. What's the word? Browser source. That's what it's called. Anyways, now working with the browser source as far as actually loading up. But this is working, so we'll get to it. 18 players in. And if I win again, like what happened in Game 2, then prize goes to second place. And this fourth Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast here on Tides Tuesday begins now. Good luck. Death Charge. Right away, that takes out Dragon Rider. And Jeff 0079 down to 16. To learn more about Twitchy Tides, go to the Twitchy Tides website. See in the bottom right corner. TwitchyTides.io. That's the official site. And it's Debo the Shark taking out Billy XBT and Las Vegas Ape. Down to 14. Let's see if I can pull off a banana command. Usually go team no hands with this, but something like a banana command. Spin the banana spin, really. That's more the fun. Did I misspell spin? Yeah. Oh. No. You get the idea. Big Worm of the Hook that takes out Fonny T. Down to 13. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live, and it's Pink Felicia. Wow, she got sent back in the other direction. That ghost command from Zach Bonifer. Sent her packing. Now Felicia up top, going right to left, Zaps Parrot and Zach Bonifer. Down to 11 remaining in this fourth game of the broadcast. The hook, big worm that takes out Jamie Penguins and Tricky Chicky. Half the field is out. We're down to 9. Remaining players, you've earned a top 10 finish and thus leaderboard points out of this. Up top, Krabby Mike, that bubble from Flo from too high. At least for the short term, thwarted Krabby Mike, but Krabby Mike's still doing the wall crawl, going to the side, to the bottom. That takes out Funko Lover and too high. We're down to 7. Cannonball up top, misses everybody. It's Twitchy Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Thrilled to have you here with me. Cannonball. That takes out Cesaro NLV and Jess Tony. Down to the final 4. Ages 2017. Jungle Banano, Bo Reddington, and me, NashvilleLou. Krabby Mike. There goes Jungle Banano. There goes Aegis. So the prize is going to go to Bo Reddington either way. This is like the first 2 games. Or has some improbable luck despite being mostly, at least entirely those first 2, Team No Hands. Letting it ride. You never know what will happen in a given broadcast of Tides Tuesday. Or any one game of Twitchy Tides. Here comes Debo. It appears Debo will miss both remaining players. Remember, still to come later this hour, we'll be giving away a Tide Series 5-pack. In total, we got 4 of those to give away between now and 1 a.m. Eastern, so within the next 2.5 hours. Pink Felicia zaps my vape ape, and that's the game. So congratulations, Bo Reddington. Victorious here in this 4th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. Okay. All right. Again, using a different computer than I normally use for Tides Tuesday. You can improvise sometimes. That's live broadcasting. I once called a high school football game from a scissor lift because they had condemned the road team side's press box. Not the only place where that's happened before. I had to call a game from the stands one time in the Memphis area. What's up with these press boxes getting condemned? Should I be concerned up there? Anyway, up to number 1, your winner, Bo Reddington. Let's get this next game opened up, shall we? We'll reminisce about dangerous sports broadcasting gigs another time. Exclamation mark play to get into this next Twitchy Tides game. I tell you what, I'm going to take my hourly break now. On the other side of this break, we'll be giving away a Twitchy Tides Series 5-pack to the winner. Remember, we've got 4 of those to give away with less than 2.5 hours to do it between now and 1 a.m. Eastern. We raid out to Cartman Bra. So I'll take my break now. On the other side of this break, your chance to win just ahead. Giving away a Twitchy Tides Series 5-pack here on NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. Back on headset with you here on NashvilleLou Live. Got 15 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. And the winner of this next Tides game wins a Twitchy Tides Series 5 pack. So if you're not in yet, you should probably get in right now. Make sure you've got a chance on this next game. Probably heed my own advice because I don't believe I'm actually in yet myself. Trying to get my headset to work properly. Sounds want to cut out on me. Turning this cleaning stuff through my Keurig coffee maker's not want to cooperate. Twitchy Tides didn't want to load up. It wouldn't at all. I mean, we've got to a certain point, it just would not load up for me in the browser source that I normally use for this with an OBS Studio. So had to use Plan B. Luckily, I got a capture card and another computer. So what we have here. Let's take the overlay down. So 18 players in. This next Twitchy Tides game, the winner gets a Twitchy Tides Series 5 pack, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this fifth Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live, and it's Pink Felicia up top, zapping Bo Reddington and Dragon Rider. Early on, we're down to 16. Pink Felicia again. This time it's a Zyle. And I'm a Hala getting zapped. Down to 14. We still have 3 more Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs to give away after this game. Got 2 more Faded Monsuda packs to give away as well. One in our next hour, one in the third. It's Krabby Mike up top, taking out Billy XBT. My Lulu Fish. Down to 12. What? A cloud is that over there? Is that the dragon's breath? Some kind of powerful between that and the ghost command. It's Twitchy Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Yeah, Dragon's Breath. It seems like there's always something new and interesting and fresh in Twitchy Tides. That's another reason it's been such a success. To keep it interesting. Keep adding new stuff to it without overwhelming or depreciating the stuff that's already in there. Uppercut of a cannonball shot takes out Tricky Chicky. Zach Bonifer and Nadu6. Half the field is out. We're down to 9. Remaining players. You've got a top 10 finish, and those leaderboard points out of this. Depth charge. There goes Too High. And Fawny T out as well. Down to 7. Big Worm with a hook. And there goes Aegis 2017, down to 6. That Dragon's Breath, that thing really gives you some range, doesn't it? Well, we've got that. We've got minions that shoot off missiles. We got a cannonball up top. It's going to miss everybody. We started with 18 players. We're down to 6. With a Series 5 pack, a Tide Series 5 pack on the line for the winner here. Here comes Debo going right to left, and there goes Pennybags Jr. and Random King, both taken out. We're down to 4 players remaining. Master A's, Funko Lover, Cesaro NLV, Silent One. One of you 4 is about to win a Series 5 pack here on NashvilleLou Live. The hook from Big Worm. There goes Funko Lover. We're down to 3. The Lambo command. Debo takes out Master A's. Down to the final 2. Cesaro NLV just used the Lambo there. And Silent One. That freeze, the last 2 in there. One of these 2 players is about to win a Series 5 pack. Depth charge. Silent One's a sharp angle. Silent One was able to get past it there. What about here? Boom, and that's it. So congratulations, Cesaro NLV. You win that Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Remember, those items from the NashvilleLou collection can be used in that bounty block that I've got linked in chat. So, about 24 hours to go on it. Just started earlier today, a short run event to promote my MockDraftNFL.com site and have a little fun at the same time. I have to use the other mouse because it's on the other computer tonight here, using Twitchy Tides on my streaming computer. It wouldn't load up as a browser source. But we're making it work. So Nadu6 on up, a top 10 finish. All the way to number 1, and your winner, Cesaro NLV, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game. You can get in with !play in chat. My normal inclination is to get in about the time when I'm getting ready to start a game, but quite fearful I'll forget. That has happened before recently. Like, okay, maybe I need to change my approach. Go ahead and get my spot in there. So I'm in there with the Gloria Glowfish. So for the winner of this next game, the 6 Twitchy Tides game, winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. We're coming up in our next hour. We'll be giving away Faded Monsuda pack, another Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack. In our third hour, we have another Faded Monsuda pack plus 2 Twitchy Tide Series 5 packs. It'll be quite nice. In addition, it went out to start the show 2 more of the Happy Easter packs that DeBoer JS quite nicely donated for us to give away here. The Penarts Easter packs. We'll have 2 more of those as well to give away between now and 1 a.m. Eastern. So a lot to get through in the course of 2 hours and change. Be sure to join me next Tuesday for episode 27 of Tides Tuesday. It'll be just like today, 10 p.m. Eastern, 0200 UTC start time. Another fun 3 hours coming up next week. I should have significantly more time to be able to put into prepping a broadcast. I mean, really, my last stand is tomorrow night. Once I get that last mock draft done, I'm in. That's good or bad, I'm locked in. So the pressure's off at that point. Now, I know that I've got a lot of international viewers. Twitchy Tides is a game beloved around the world, and a lot of you don't care about the NFL or any of that. But for me, this is just, it's right in my wheelhouse. That's that bounty block. You win a Quinn Ewers card from like 2021. These are official cards. This is Leaf, a known card company that they don't, unfortunately, they don't have Leaf cards for current players being made, but that just makes the older ones that much more scarce and that much more a little special, if nothing else. We've got 11 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Like to get in? Just type !play in chat. Quick look at the slate. So we had a number of streamers that came before me today, most recently Sensei Bullrog. I watched as many as I could, but I had to sleep at some point, so I caught as much as I could. Wide variety of streamers, a lot of fun to see. Various people in the mix with that. We'll be heading over to Cartman Brawl at 1 a.m. Eastern. There's an entire other page for Wet n Wild Wednesday. I confirmed with Las Vegas Ape that it will be Cartman Brawl we'll be raiding into. All right, so 12 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Last chance if you want to get in for this next game. Winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Remember, coming up, still to come, in the next 2 hours and change, we got 3 more Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs to give away. We got 2 more Faded Monsuda packs to give away. 2 more Pin Art Easter packs to give away. Whole lot of stuff to give away in a limited amount of time. Gotta keep an eye on the clock. In a good way. All right, let's go ahead and take the overlay down. 13 players are in for this next game. For the winner, a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. You can use those items from the NashvilleLou collection. That bounty block that's linked in chat. When you look at the floor on the market, Chris Olave, he's already been in the NFL and been a success. That's why I think it's 175 wax is the lowest listing for that particular card. So some good stuff in there. It's in just like, riffraff or whatever. And I want to make it fit the theme as well. Particularly since Leaf doesn't make them anymore, so enjoy this last group. Make the most of the opportunity when you got it, instead of complaining about it being gone. That's the way I see it. All right, 13 players are in. It would help if I use the right mouse and the right computer. I'll get this figured out just in time for it to be fixed for next time. So 13 players here. If I win, that prize goes to second place. And this 6th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins Now, good luck. Welcome to Tides Tuesday. Welcome to NashvilleLou Live. Depth charge. That takes out me, takes out Anti-Killa. Down to 11. Bo Reddington with that Lambo command, making it rain. Up top, Debo takes out Fawny T. We're down to 10. Funko Lover is out, but at least gets a top 10 finish out of it. As is everybody else still in there. Leaderboard points for that monthly competition. End of the month's creeping up. I think I might have fallen behind a bit just from between the NFL draft stuff and men's lacrosse work. Those live broadcasts. Zach Bonifer getting zapped by Pink Felicia. We're down to 8. The Hook. Too High is out. So is Imahala. Down to 6. And here comes Pink Felicia zapping Random King to more JS. Down to the final 4. Dragon Rider. Silent One. Bo Reddington. Cesaro NLV. Got Scurvybot giving out Nash Cash. You can use to dig every 15 minutes. 10 Nash Cash. Allows you to dig. No dig pass required. 100% success rate. As opposed to Debo, 0% success there. 0 for 4. Taking the low road. That's Pink Felicia up top, zapping Silent One. We're down to 3. Narrow escape for Cesaro, who's in there. Dragon Rider. The final 2. Bo Reddington's out. Depth charge takes out Dragon Rider, and that's the game. Congratulations, Cesaro NLV. Back-to-back victories here. And Twitchy Tides. Getting it done there with that Lambo in style, making it rain. Getting the win. So for the top 10, for Funko Lover on up, leaderboard points. All the way up to number 1, and your winner, Cesaro NLV, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game. Get in with !play in chat. So we get ready to go into our second hour here on Tides Tuesday. For this next game, we'll give away another one of those Pin Arts Easter packs. Got one for the second hour and have one in the third hour as well. So got that coming up. Got 2 more Faded Matsuda packs to give away. 3 more Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs to give away. Got to make sure I do all that in 2 hours. So to get in for this next !play. It's hard to read. I started to read where somebody wrote !play in chat. It threw me off. So to get in for this next Twitchy Tides game, type !play and then hit enter. And then boom, you're in. We'll begin our second hour here on NashvilleLou Live on Tides Tuesday. Got 9 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. For the winner, a Pinarts Easter pack. It's got 2 items inside, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. One of those promo items that have been given out for many, many months now. Years, really. Those can be used in that bounty block that's linked in chat. Chance to win some Leaf football cards, and they don't make those cards anymore. So these are from the 2021-2022 releases before they went elsewhere with their digital items. Some of these players have been in there for a while in the NFL, or getting ready for the NFL and college. Some of the post-pandemic rule changes and things changing on the fly with people actually able to use their name, image, and likeness. What a novel concept. Although the execution's been anything but smooth. But that's another story for another day. We got 10 players in for this next game. Last chance to get in if you want to play. With exclamation mark play in chat, winner gets a Pinarts Easter pack, 2 items inside, plus that aforementioned item from the NashvilleLou collection. We got 12 players in for this next game. Let's take the overlay down. Remember, you need a minimum of 10 players for a game that'll count for a leaderboard consideration in Twitchy Tides. But you got 12 players in, that means large percentage, well, it's 13, not quite as large, but still a nice percentage that's able to get a top 10 finish out of it and leaderboard points. But for the winner, as noted, the prize, a Pinarts Easter pack, an item from the NashvilleLou collection, ScurvyBot gives out Nash Cash on the other side of 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time here on NashvilleLou Live. Let's get to it. This next game of Twitchy Tides begins now. Good luck. Pink Felicia gets sent back in the other direction thanks to that ghost command from Zach Bonifer with that Swimsley fish. That ghost command's no joke. There's a cannonball warning. OP influencer with a consumer break turtle, literally turtling up. Little details like that add to the charm of the game and the fun factor. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. A riser for cannonball shot. That takes out Random King, Zach Bonifer, and Billy XBT. We're down to 10. So remaining players, just like that, you've got a top 10 finish sewed up. The hook from Big Worm, that takes out Fonny T and Too High. We're down to 8. Later this hour, we'll be giving away a Faded Monsuda pack. Well, the Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack to give away is that Depth Charge takes out OP Influencer, tried to turtle up. Also caught Dragon Rider, we're down to 6. Coming up in our next hour, we'll have an additional Faded Monsuda pack to give away and 2 more Twitchy Tide Series 5 packs. Cannonball, that takes out Cesaro, Waxtails, and Silent One. We're down to 3. Azile, Bo Reddington, and me, NashvilleLou. And remember, if I win, that prize goes to second place. But it might not matter here. My Soul the Catfish gets taken out by that hook from Big Worm. We're down to the final 2. Bo Reddington and Azile 2023. Azile gets zapped by Pink Felicia, and that's the game. So congratulations, Bo Reddington, the winner here in this 7th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast for my portion of Tides Tuesday. All right, so using this other mouse and the other computer, a little different, but we're making it work. So for Fonny T on up, a top 10 finish, all the way up to number 1. You can see when I gesture now with it. That's one thing with the when it's a browser source. You don't see when I'm pointing with my pointer. Bo Reddington's the winner. Congrats. All right, enough pointing. Back open with our next Twitchy Tides game. Exclamation mark play. And chat will get you in. I think we'll go with a consumer break. This side. This side for this next game, I should say. So in the last hour, we had a Dragon sketch card. For this hour, we'll go with a Phoenix sketch card from Consumer Break, plus a Twitchy Tides Common Fish. So Phoenix sketch card from Consumer Break, plus a Twitchy Tides Common Fish to the winner of this next Twitchy Tides game. Game number 8 of the broadcast. You can get in right now. All you have to do is type !play in chat. Even if you're brand new to this, you found my post on Facebook, Lou, we haven't talked in years, and you're talking about a fish game. Well, if you want to play, all you have to do is type !play in chat, and you can see how much fun this game is. It's even more fun when you have fish where you can decide which one you want to use, set your whole crew up, etc. Or something that allows your entire chat to be interactive. This game, Twitchy Tides, has been just a phenomenal success. In spite, even now, how is it possible? I mean, I know why, but how is it possible that this is week number 26 and we still don't have a category for Twitchy Tides here? But unfortunately, I've come to the realization that anything I do to try and interfere will only make it worse. I can only raise awareness and hope that maybe common sense will come through. Like, Twitch, you're a business partner, but it's a weird relationship because I can't really communicate to anybody there and say, hey, look, I don't need to chit-chat all day. I don't need special treatment. I just need to give me a title for my #1 show. I don't think that's asking for too much. And in that, there's the good and the bad of modern technology. It's like I've had a business relationship with Google going back to 2003, but I've never actually spoken with anyone there. That's very unusual in some ways. In some ways, that's just, look, it's efficiency. I'm glad I don't have to call somebody on the phone to request and change something. But it makes it tough when there's a need for information exchange that would be helpful to improve the product. This would only help Twitchy Tides. I'm not asking for their approval. I'm not asking for their permission. I'm not asking for them to think they want to put it on their front page. I just want to be able to put it as a category so if people are looking for it, they can find it. Not just like put it in strategy games. I used fishing for a little while. I was like, no, I'm going back to strategy games. It's not really fishing either. It's a different kind of thing here. Unless they won't get too confused with it. All right, 15 players are in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Well, let's make the whole thing where you got to confirm you're human. They pay you, but they won't talk to you. I know. Well, what's it they say about money talks? And I didn't understand why things are the way they are with that. The nice thing, though, with Twitchy Tides is that because you can mix this game with practically any other one, if you're playing, it's not you get to choose, well, which category do I choose? Well, you're going to choose the other game because this one, unfortunately, they won't list, or they haven't yet. All right, so 15 players are in. I mean, I suppose the answer is no from them. That's the long and the short of it, OP Influencer. And it's not like they don't know. Look, I mean, there's social medias, like on X. I've written this before. They've seen it. As far as like I directed it to them. Whether they actually physically saw it, who knows? And that's kind of a weird thing too, but I let it be known in as nice a way as I possibly could. But that's gotten us here. But look, sooner or later we'll get there. This game is too popular. They're going to have to give in eventually. You're going to tap out. IGDB, you're going to tap out. You're going to do the right thing. Somebody there is going to do the right thing. Say, look, it's an actual real game that real people like to play. Don't be beholden to those mobile game makers, the real hustlers of it all. All right, let's take the overlay down. 15 players are in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Why did I just write the word sketch? Oh, it's Phoenix sketch, right? Yeah, it's a Phoenix sketch. Why did I kept... My typing and speaking, this is not... Phoenix sketch. So for this next game, it's a Consumer Break. And Consumer Break's got that show coming up tomorrow afternoon U.S. time, at Wednesday's time slot. Breakman does a great job with it. Well, in In a related note, we'll have a Phoenix sketch card plus a Twitchy Tides common fish plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection that you can use in that bounty block. The short run bounty block, it's be like maybe less than 20, yeah. Within 24 hours now, it's linked there in chat. Mock Draft Mania 2025. Get some of these vintage Leaf cards of players that are finally going to the NFL. Cards are made in 2021. Oh, look, it's the college process has changed a bit. Anyway, but those cards, I've got the listed value. 175 wax for that Chris Olave, he's one that actually is in the NFL, but it's the Future Stars card from 2021. Quinn Ewers, digital. Floor price of that's 45. Got some Tyler Shuck cards in there. 15 wax price on the. Anyway, point is, like, there's some value to this stuff. There's a certain rarity to it, and there's a timeliness as well with it being NFL draft season, which for me is busy season, especially with men's lacrosse being so much a part of what I do from a real-life sports broadcasting standpoint. I got a broadcast this Saturday coming up. Swanee Tigers, Southern Athletic Association Championships. Postseason, that quarterfinal round. I'll be calling a game 7 p.m. They're going to have track and field all day at that stadium. And then they've got to get it ready for this. Luckily, artificial surface they have there, this turf is new for this year. Beautiful. They do such a great job up there at Swanee. I love going up there. Anyway, enough of that. 17 players are in. You're ready to play. Let's get to it. This next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. Swanee Tigers versus Hendricks, the Hendricks Warriors. Over on SwaneeTigers.com. Bonnie T gets taken out by a depth charge. I think Silent One was protected there thanks to that ghost command from Zach Bonifer. Sometimes you can inadvertently save somebody and then later on they beat you as the final two. Depth charge takes out OP Influencer and Bo Reddington. Down to 14. Over in that corner, Taryn Lord. Let me take the logo down. Should have been ready for this. Too high, they let me out. Meanwhile, Pink Felicia's, I ruined both of y'all's fun. The two of you. Get zapped. We're down to 12. Welcome to NashvilleLou Live. You never know what to expect here. Or with Twitchy Tides, for that matter. Debo the Shark chomps away, takes out Flower. We're down to 11. Still to come this hour, we'll be giving away a Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack, plus a Faded Matsuda pack. Your chance to win's coming up. Pennybags Jr. gets taken out by a depth charge. We're down to 10. So remaining players, just like that, you've earned a top 10 finish. Depth charge takes out Cesaro and Funko Lover. We're down to 8. Did I not get in? I had this very strange feeling that I didn't get in. No, I didn't. You see why I changed my approach because of this stuff. That's on me. I start yammering away and forget, oh, I didn't even type it in that time. Parrots out. Random King's out. We're down to 6. The Hook from Big Worm takes out Glavetodon. We're down to 5. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. It's Krabby Mike. That wall crawl taking out Imahala and Silent One. We're down to the final 3. It's Chucky, Zach Bonifer, and DeBoer JS. The Hook from Big Worm takes out DeBoer JS. Down to the final 2. Zach Bonifer and Chucky. The last 2. Depth charge. Takes out Zach, and that's the game. So congratulations, Chucky, the winner. Team No Hands. Victorious here in this 8th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. You get that Consumer Break Phoenix sketch card. You get the Twitchy Tides Common Fish. And you get an item from the NashvilleLou collection that if you're so inclined you can use in that bounty block. I've got pinned in chat the link to it. Limited time only. Less than 24 hours to go on it. For Cesaro on up, a top 10 finish. All the way up to number 1, your winner, Chucky0644, victorious. All right, I'm going to start getting in like right before as I bring up the overlay immediately. It's going to be a new protocol because I can't believe I played that last game and didn't have it in there. Oh, that makes me angry at myself. It frustrates me. Be better than that. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. To get in for this next game, type !play in chat. We've got 5 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. You can get in right now by typing !play in chat. Make that 6 players in. A couple times I've had to step away just for a moment because I've been trying to get my Keurig coffee maker to work properly. Got that whole issue of like the water sediment or whatever builds up over time. Like, to clean up a big mess of coffee grinds. It's like white vinegar stuff trying to pour through. What? I mean, it works. It's just, it can be frustratingly slow. So it was like the time was like, great. I was going back and forth between in there to see if the coffee machine was going to do what I needed to do, and it wasn't. And then coming back in here to see if Twitchy Tides was going to load as a browser source, which it wouldn't. It finally loaded for me as in Google Chrome. And it's probably a short-term issue that'll be fixed. Normally, this goes very smoothly. It's just been distracting for me. Can you not say this for next week? We don't have to worry about the NFL draft, and I'll likely be done as far as the season goes for men's lacrosse. I mean, I hope I'll get to call more for Swanee. I hope they get another NCAA home game like the first one ever called for them back in 2022, but if that were to happen, it wouldn't be next week. So, point being, when it rains, it pours, right? We're making the best of it. So for this next Twitchy Tides game, the winner gets a Forsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Still to come in this hour, be giving away a Faded Monsuda pack. In addition, I have a Twitchy Tides Series 5 pack to give away. We'll have 2 more of those Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs to give away in our next hour, plus an additional Faded Monsuda pack. I have another Pen Arts Easter pack. Many thanks to DeBoer.js for that. And thanks to Sensei Bullrog for the raid and for giving me these Faded Monsuda packs to give away here on Tides Tuesday. And also to Pop Paragon. Does such a great job with Twitchy Tides. Very appreciative. The generosity shown toward the people like me that love to live stream this game. Give away some fun prizes that players get to win here live on stream. I never take it for granted. It's always greatly appreciated. Just like I appreciate having you with me here now. This is my #1 show. Glad to have you here. We got 10 players in, so kind of a limited run, but last call for this next game. 10's the minimum you need. Make that 11, make that 12. People hear, oh, low run number, top 10 finish. Count me in. So 12 players, make that 13. For this next game of Twitchy Tides, winner gets a Forsaken camo card plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. I remember those NashvilleLou promo cards. You can use those to get entries in that bounty block. Link there in chat. Some NFL draft-related things. Some players finally entering the NFL after having some cards produced by Leaf in 2021 and 2022. The limited supply. I don't think Leaf's making any more of those. You never say never, but enjoy what you got while you got it, eh? And when you got stuff from the past that fits, make it work. Because I don't think there's anybody else left yet another year for next year. Maybe I'll be wrong. We'll see. All right, enough of that. 14 ply. Keep grabbing for the wrong mouse because this is on the other computer tonight because the aforementioned issue with the browser source not loading it up. But it's working here, and that's what matters. 14 players are in. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. Welcome to Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Rude start to the match there for Krabby Mike taking out Chucky. Bunko loved it. How'd I get taken out too? Oh, wait a minute. That's 3. That's sus. I'm calling sus right there. I specifically have it set for 2, a maximum of 2. Krabby Mike's already OP because of the way, or really the King Claw's the OP one. But not really relevant here since King Claw is not in the game. Cannonball takes out 2 high. Zach Bonifer and Glavadodon down to 8. But in fairness, though, King Claw is a legendary fish. Here comes, speaking of Krabby Mike, I heard my name mentioned. I'm boiling red hot and I'm angry. Taking out Parrot. We're down to 7. Consistent, surly disposition. Billy XBT gets the claw on the way out. We're down to 6. Occasionally there'll be a case where 2 players will get killed simultaneously. Big Worm, the hook, takes out Random King. We're down to 5. So even if you've got it capped at 2 kills, it can be 3. I've seen that before. Not usually with Krabby Mike, but he's got the 2 claws, so I suppose it's plausible. The one place where I put that rectangle, I gotta have an animation in the corner. But it's an important spot right now, that dam with the Big Worm hooked right above. I don't think I've seen that combination before. Oh, tough break for Terran Lore and for Nado6. Down to 3. With Silent One, DeBoer.js, and Bo Reddington, the final 3. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Big Worm on that left side. And that hook takes out DeBoer.js. It's down to the final 2. Silent One and Bo Reddington, the last 2. Here comes Debo up top. Debo the Shark. Debo takes out Bo Reddington, and that's the game. So congratulations, Silent One. The winner here in this 9th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. Zach Bonifer on up, a top 10 finish. All the way up to number 1, and your winner, Silent 138, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game. Exclamation mark play in chat will get you in. And I think you'll definitely want to get in on this next one. We'll give away another Faded Monsuda pack. We've already given away, let me look at my inventory here. Be very careful with this. Try to get great care with anything that's given to me to give away. I'm greatly appreciative of it. Make sure it's spotlighted in as positive and entertaining ways possible. I think we'll go with the first edition Shatter and Crumble and Sugar Wax playable card pack, the green one. So that's going to be the prize of this next game. This Lowest listing price on the market, 119.9 wax. Valuable. In demand. People want Faded Monsuda, and rightly so. Great stuff from Sensei Bullrock. So many thanks to Sensei for giving me these giveaway here. So you'll definitely want to get it for this next game. We'll have it coming up here in just a moment. Still to come this hour, we're giving away a Twitchy Tide Series 5-pack. We'll have 2 more of those to give away in our next hour. So we'll make sure I write this down properly here. This is the Shatter and Crumble and Sugar, the green ones. That's from Faded Monsuda. Can't wait for when automation's ready to go for Faded Monsuda. We're going to have some fun with that here on stream. I can't wait. Sensei getting it done with this. Tremendous. I really do have a tough time typing one thing and saying another. Maybe that's a common thing for people. I can't. Some people can do it, though. I've mentioned this before in TV. News anchor being told about another breaking news story or an ad or something changing while they're reading a different story, and they do it flawlessly over and over. Man. I'm glad I didn't have to do that as a producer. That made it easier for me to go ahead and say, okay, you know what? Being a producer isn't so bad. Because you can't just, like, when you go out in public, people didn't know I worked in TV. I was out in Tampa with my buddy, he worked there for years and years, Reggie Roundtree. My buddy Reggie and I were out. People would notice Reggie and know he's from there. So you know, definitely behave yourself in public. Because you know that if you get mad at somebody, then they're like for years. You remember that time that news guy got mad at you? So you don't want those stories to happen. I used to think when I was a kid that people would want to be famous. Of course, you know, famous to get you all opportunities. But fame's not so good when you can't turn it off. That's it from being around famous people. I've seen the highs and lows of it for them. It will open doors and then sometimes will cause you problems. Or just how weird people will act that otherwise, in other contexts, wouldn't. All right, so 11 players in. We got this Shatter and Crumble and Sugar Faded Monsuda pack here for the winner of this next game. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. We got Scurvybot giving out Nash Cash. Players able to dig every 15 minutes. People able to get that Nash Cash just for watching me when I'm live here. Whether it's with Twitchy Tides or The Sims 3 or Warsaken or some obscure wrestling game you've never heard of or any other number of things. All sorts of possibilities. The nice thing with Twitchy Tides is that you can mix it with practically any game that does not need a delay. If you need a delay, like with blockchain brawlers, probably not a good fit. Otherwise, I don't care if it's Web 3, Web 2, Scrabble, whatever. If you can play it and stream it and have fun with it, and then incorporate Twitchy Tides, it's going to make for a better broadcast. Last chance to get, this is a big thing I'm giving away right here, so great opportunity. People out there playing like, Lou, shut up and start the game. Give me a chance to win that Shatter and Crumble and Sugar pack. Faded Monsuda. Like I noted, the lowest price on the market for one of these right now, 119.9 wax. These things are in demand. Funko Lover is in to give us 13 players. All right, last call. I already gave last call, I think. Let's take the overlay down. We triple check that I'm in there. Okay. Well, my fish got killed there by Debo. It's the lobby area. It'll regenerate. Although I very much wish that I could just disable enemy kills in the lobby area or have instant respawns. Because I don't like it when I have to look over there and figure out, especially on other people's streams, when you got video on the background, it's making me motion sick, and I'm trying to find if my fish is out there. Oh, that gets on my nerves. This is one of those beautiful games that's out there. The things that people do with it. But you know what? It's your creativity. The world is yours. Point being, though, is that this game is an awesome looking game. Great graphics, great animation. Fun factor strong. Everybody gets to play that wants to. It's good times. 14 players are in. I feel like I've been completely thrown off all broadcasts. That's just life. Sometimes those curveballs at you. Okay, I'll use a different computer. Okay, the coffee maker's not working. Okay, we'll fix it. 15 players. And again, with a Faded Monsuda pack on the line. A Shatter and Crumble and Sugar first edition pack is on the line here for the winner. 15 players, and this next game starts now. Good luck. Welcome to Tides Tuesday. Too high. It's taken out there by Debo. We're down to 14. Got players over there trying to freeze right next to that depth charge in the coral. Trying to avoid that collision. Finally, it disappears. The mouse doing a run-in. Downsides to using this. Trying to hide it behind the logo or behind the Twitchy Tides URL in the corner. Up top, it's Debo taking out. Debo's tired about complaining. Debo took out by Glowfish and Random King out as well. We're down to 12. Debo's already hit the maximum number of kills, but Fish are going to mess with him. Fish fight back. Depth charge takes out Glavatodon. We're down to 11. First edition Shatter and Crumble and Sugar Faded Monsuda pack is on the line for the winner. Krabby Mike with a wall crawl takes out Terran Lore. We're down to 10. Remaining players, you've earned a top 10 finish out of this, and that's leaderboard points. Bo Reddington gets taken out by Krabby Mike. We're down to 9. There's the Fengard command from Parrot. I think some sparks and a spin. Spin and a spin. Pink Felicia stings RCP ADG and Zach Bonifer. We're down to 7. More than half the field is out. A serious prize on the line. Faded Monsuda pack. Sumerian B hits the depth charge. Gets eliminated. We're down to 6. One of these 6 players is about to win a Faded Monsuda pack. Cannonball. That somehow misses everybody. Pink Felicia stings Cesaro NLV and Swim Dodge Vince. Down to the final 4. Fonny T, Billy XBT, Funko Lover, and Parrot. You 4 is about to win this Faded Monsuda pack. Krabby Mike takes out Fonny T. Krabby Mike takes out Funko Lover. It's down to the final 2. Billy XBT and Parrot. One of you 2 is about to win. Here comes Debo the Shark. Parrot well timed with that Fengard command. Sending Debo back in the other direction. Battle continues. Final 2. Big one right here. Winner gets that Faded Monsuda pack. Parrot gets zapped, so congratulations, Billy XBT. You get the victory here in game number 10. You win that Shatter and Crumble and Sugar first edition Faded Monsuda pack. Congratulations. Good game. All right. And of course, as noted for the top 10 finishers, leaderboard points. That's for Bo Reddington on up. All the way up to number 1. And your winner, Billy XBT, victorious. All right. Back open for our next Twitchy Tides game. I'm going to go ahead now and take my hourly break. It'll be about a 5-minute break. But on the other side of this break, you'll want to stick around because The winner's going to get a Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack. You can go ahead and get in right now with exclamation mark play in chat. I'll make sure I do that after what happened earlier. After talking about earlier, being careful and then still having it mess up on me because of my own sloppiness. There, I've locked my spot in. Lulu Fish representing. Back in just a few minutes, I'll be giving away that Series 5 pack. We've got 2 more of those to give away in our next hour. We've still got another Faded Monsuda pack to give away in our next hour. That and much more ahead. Stay tuned. NashvilleLou Live back in a few. Back on headset with you here on NashvilleLou Live. We got 17 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. For the winner of this next game, the prize: an item from the NashvilleLou collection, plus a Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack. Got Scurvybot giving out Nash Cash. Dig with 10 Nash Cash with a 100% success rate every 15 minutes. No dig pass required. Overlays down. So for this 11th game of the broadcast, it's a Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack and an item from the NashvilleLou collection going to the winner. If I happen to win, like what happened earlier, in that case, prize goes to second place. Keep in mind, we'll have 2 more of these packs to give away in our next hour as well. Right now, we got 17 players. Make that 18. And this next game of Twitchy Tides begins now. Good luck. 18 players in. Up top, Cannonball takes out Fawny T, Funko Lover, and Bo Reddington. And early on, we're down to 15. Still to come, we still have another Faded Matsuda pack to give away. An uppercut of a Cannonball shot takes out Zach Bonifer, Billy XBT, and Bydroja. Down to a dozen. The Hook takes out Swim Dodge Vince. We're down to 11. Too high. And that Octopus Prime gets taken out by a depth charge. We're down to 10. Remaining players, we've earned a top 10 finish and thus leaderboard points. Pink Felicia spun around. This could be bad news for my Lulu fish. Parrot gets stung. Viper Czar gets stung. We're down to 8. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Got that bounty block linked in chat. Big Worm the Hook takes out Cesaro NLV and Random King. We're down to 6. Here comes Debo up top. Debo the Shark. Going right to left. Debo. It's going to miss everybody. The battle continues. Final 6. Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou Live. With a Series 5 pack on the line for the winner. That possess command there. It's unusual. Pink Felicia working ground level. And Pink Felicia's going to miss everybody. A Cannonball at Rise of a Cannonball takes out Pennybags Jr., OP Influencer, and Dave Ira. Down to the final 3. Levetadon, DeBoer JS, and me, NashvilleLou. Big Worm with a Hook. I'm out. Glavadodon is out, and that's the game. So congratulations to BoardJS. You win. You get that Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack. Congrats. Also get an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Keep in mind that prizes will be sent out shortly after the conclusion of the broadcast, and they'll be sent from my fulfillment swallets on wax. For anyone wanting to use the NashvilleLou item as an entry in that bounty block linked in chat, try and get those out as quickly as possible to make that a viable option for you. So for the top 10 for Parrot 314 on up, leaderboard points all the way up to number 1. And your winner, the BoardJS, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game. Get in right now with !play in chat. I'll do there with the Rainbow Soul the Catfish. So in our next hour, we're giving away a Pen Arts Easter pack. We're giving away another Faded Monsuda pack, to be determined which one, but it'll be good, don't worry. Plus 2 more of those Twitchy Tide Series 5 packs. That's all to come in our next hour. Invite you to check out MockDraftNFL.com, my new NFL draft website. We got ScurvyBot giving out Nash Cash just for watching me when I'm live here, whether it's Tides Tuesday or I'm playing some sports game, playing a strategy game, whatever. Playing a mindless wrestling game. The one commonality, aside it being me, is that you can mix all those with Twitchy Tides. Allows your audience to be interactive, at least somewhat. Everybody that wants to play gets to. And it's fun. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with that. Plus, you can give out prizes. One of the great things with wax. I like having to pay a VIG to send something out. I do need to have a certain amount of CPU stake and all, but the people that are into that already know that. I think for people that are new to it, I don't want to scare them off with weird technical jargon. Point is, it's easy to use, and I think there's a natural pairing that should be hopefully followed more closely on down the line between the world of Twitch live streaming and wax gaming. It just perplexes me that there have been seemingly great opportunities that went by the wayside. There's no use belly aching over the past or asking why, when you know you're not going to like the answers, even if you were to get them, and they're not going to tell you anyway. Then you get a game like Twitchy Tides that comes along. And for me, this has been a huge positive because I love having the format of, okay, if I'm playing, let's say it's The Sims 3, and I tend to get into that a lot more on the other side of the NFL draft and when my men's lacrosse schedule lets up a bit. But even just having Twitchy Tides to play once an hour in conjunction with The Sims 3, it makes a huge positive difference. Of course, as a standalone, it works as well. People around the world love this game. It's easy to play. You don't even have to type in commands if you don't want to, and sometimes you'll still win. The artwork is tremendous. The animation fits. Having a world where you have multiple artists involved, multiple fish, etc., and yet it all still works out and fits together is not an easy thing to pull off. But this game does it and then some. So it's !play in chat to get in for this next Twitchy Tides game. For the winner of this next game, a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. A reminder, subscribers get 10 times the amount of Nash Cash regular viewers get, plus commercial-free viewing for subscribers, but everyone is welcome here. You don't need a dig pass to dig here. You have a 100% success rate with the digs here. I love that you have the latitude as a live streamer to set it the way you want it. And for me, it's as much as anything being about, okay, there are a lot of people with dig passes right now that do a great job with it. What if I went the other direction, didn't even have one? Kind of like it better that way anyway. I think if I sell somebody a dig pass, I feel a certain obligation. Like, what if things get really crazy busy for me suddenly? And then somebody's about this dig pass and I'm not able to stream as much as I expected. I never want people to think that, or to have that feeling like people are expecting that, okay, I bought this, now you better deliver, pal. I don't like that feeling very much. I mean, when you have to in life and whatever, that's fine. It's just, it's just one of those things I've thought about going through the whole process of what would make the most sense from a streaming standpoint. In an area where you already have streamers that do a very good job utilizing ScurvyBot. So trying it without the dig pass, trying it, we got a 100% success rate. And maybe at some point I'll say, okay, well, that didn't work out so well, and adjust accordingly. But just the fact that I had the latitude to try that, and I can do that unilaterally. I don't have to go through a committee. I don't need some sort of supervisor. I need somebody who's worried that I'm gunning for their job, even though I'm not. That happens sometimes, too, in the broadcasting biz. There are people that seem like they were convinced I was going for their... I'm like, dude, I don't want your gig. I got my own. Although, ironically, in a couple of cases, that actually did happen. Even though I didn't want it to. All right. Let's take the overlay down. We got 14 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game, this 12th of the broadcast. Winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. By win prize goes to second place. And this next game of Twitchy Tides begins. Sneak in there with the not-so-sneaky mouse on this other computer. Wait, it had to be done tonight, though. Anyway, this game begins now. Good luck. Tell the mouse to hide in the corner, behind the logo, behind the URL. And it's Debo, right away, Debo. Getting sent back in the other direction. Zach Bonifer with that ghost command. A Cesaro with that Lambo makes it rain underwater. Parrot with the misfit command. We got all sorts of things going on out here. Good time to use 9 lives just to show that off. And you won't see that one very much. The Rainbow Soul the Catfish. Not a whole lot of those out there. I love 9 lives because it can only help me. It's very selfish ones. I'm not going to inadvertently save somebody that ends up beating me at the end. It just, if your fish gets killed during that certain time period, then you get revived. That's how it works. Full stop. Krabby Mike takes out JR Since 82 and Cesaro NLV. We're down to a dozen. Thrilled to have you here with me on NashvilleLou Live. Cannonball. The Funko Lover's out. Glavatodon's out. Parrot is out. We're down to 9. Remaining players. You've earned a top 10 finish. You're going to get leaderboard points out of this. Krabby Mike. Krabby Mike takes out Dave Ira. Krabby Mike takes out my Rainbow Soul the Catfish. We're down to 7. Half the field is out. In our next hour, we're giving away a Faded Matsuda pack. We're giving away 2 Twitchy Tide Series 5 packs. Giving away the last of the Pin Arts Easter packs. Cannonball, that takes out Pennybags Jr. We're down to 6. And then when we get to 1 a.m. Eastern, a little more than an hour from now. I thought my time is way off suddenly. No, that is right. Okay. The whole Central to Eastern time zone thing threw me there. Anyway, point being, when the allotted time, a little more than an hour from now, we'll do a raid over the Cartman Bra. Depth Charge takes out Swim Dodge Vince, and that Chain Reaction gets Zach Bonifer as well. We're down to the final 4. Billy XBT, Fonny T, Bo Reddington, and my Druja. Cannonball. It misses everybody. Despite going down Broadway, missed all 4 remaining players. The battle continues. Cannonball. There goes Billy XBT. We're down to the final three. Hydruja, Bonnie T, and Bo Reddington. The last three. And look at that burst command from Hydruja. Debo got busted up. Depth charge. There goes my Hydruja. We're down to the final two. It's Fonnie T and Bo Reddington, the last two. The Neon Leon against the Lambo. Speaking of Lambo, the name Lambo, that command. Bonnie T, very nice timing with that flare command. I thought Big Worm of the Hook was about to end it right there. Instead, the battle continues. Bo Reddington and Fonnie T, the last two. We approach midnight Eastern here on NashvilleLou Live. Pink Felicia. A freeze by Fonnie T. A spin move by Bo Reddington. They both managed to avoid Pink Felicia, and the battle continues. Pink Felicia. Bonnie T with the flare command. Bo Reddington with the Lambo making it rain. The battle continues, the final two. What a fight here. Bo Reddington and Fonnie T. Pink Felicia. Bonnie T gets zapped, and that's the game. So congratulations, Bo Reddington. Third victory of the broadcast. The victory in game number 4, game number 7, and here in the game number 12, the 12th game of the broadcast. Bo Reddington, victorious. Use the other mouse and the other computer tonight for this, not makeshift, this alternative setup. Anyway, prepare it on up a top 10 finish. All the way up to number 1, and your winner, Bo Reddington, victorious. As we hit midnight Eastern time, welcome to NashvilleLou Live. Got one more hour here with you. Final hour for my portion of Tides Tuesday. Still to come this hour, we'll be giving away 2 Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs. In addition, give away a Faded Monsuda First Edition Gen 1 Everything pack. We'll have that coming up. Make sure I note here. This will be for later in the hour. An Everything pack, that's going to be the pack that I'll be giving away from Faded Monsuda between now and top of the hour. Within the hour, be giving that away. So we have the Faded Monsuda pack. We got the 2 Series 5 packs from Twitchy Tides. We have a Pin Arts Easter pack. Other fun surprises as well. Now, I mentioned the Pin Arts Easter pack. Let's go ahead and start with that. This will be the prize, along with an item from the NashvilleLou collection for this next game to start us out here in hour number 3 for my portion of Tides Tuesday. Las Vegas Ape sent me the lineup for Wet n Wild Wednesday. We'll have Cartman Bra, Cricky Creates, The Online End, Mortal Wombats, Non-Fungible Lottery, I-420 Spit 710 Fire, I-Mahala, FFS Kitty, and Vulnerability Agents. Stellar lineup for Wet n Wild Wednesday. That's coming up. Let's keep on riding that raid train. Cartman Bra, take it through into the night U.S. time. I'm still with you, though, for one more hour. We've got 9 players in. After earlier talking about being careful to make sure I'm in, and then actually missing a game, that was quite the thing to pull off. There. Now I'm in. Got Lulu in there. What fish is that, Parrot? I don't think I've seen that one before. Or maybe I have, and I just... The blue, red, and yellow. It's a cool looking fish. But it's especially distracting to have like the full game up on the big TV for me. Normally I have it just through the browser source in OBS Studio. And this is the backup to that when the browser source doesn't want to cooperate like what happened tonight. So there's this. It's not exactly bad. It just makes it more difficult for me to keep an eye on what's going on with the stream. And it's also more distracting. Although I don't mind being distracted, but it's great. Like, some of these fish I don't get to see that often, particularly in such clarity. Or even the ones I've seen a bunch, like King Claw. There are little details that I think, oh, I didn't really notice that before. Oh, that's cool. There are a lot of things like that with Twitchy Tides. Attention to detail. It certainly helps with the fun factor. No doubt about it. All right, for this next Twitchy Tides game, winner gets a Pen Arts Easter pack. It's got 2 items inside. And again, many thanks to DeBoard.js for sending those packs my way to give away. In addition, an item from the NashvilleLou collection that as soon as you get that, when I send out the prizes after the broadcast, you can turn right around and go to that bounty block that I've got linked in chat. It ends in less than 24 hours. Just promo items from the NashvilleLou collection. And if you've got any that you've been sitting on, you've been waiting, got some nice Leaf American football cards for players that are finally going to the NFL. Caught cards like 4 years ago. But Leaf doesn't make cards on wax anymore, so there's a few groups that came out and that was it. So somewhat limited. So kind of a unique thing. This is really the last chance for me to do anything with that, with actual current players in the NFL draft. And by the old standards, that would be an exceptionally long time to wait, but things changed. The pandemic also caused things to kind of get thrown into chaos as far as player eligibility and extra years, and a lot of things went. All right, 12 players are in. Last chance to get in with !play in chat. For this next Twitchy Tides game, winner gets a Pen Arts Easter pack plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. ScurvyBot's giving out Nash Cash. I know there are people that just listen. They'd be like, I don't want to play. I'm not that interested in playing a game, but I want to listen to you. Sometimes people that listen to me while they fall asleep. Okay. Glad to have you, however you're listening or watching or consuming the product. Glad to have you here. It's Tides Tuesday. It's NashvilleLou Live. Let's take this overlay down. So 12 players are in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Winner gets a Pen Arts Easter pack, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. If I win, prize goes to second place. No way to sneak the mouse over here. You got to start with it over on this side to kind of get people to forget about it. All right, 12 players are in. I got to be kind of chop though. We have some prizes I got to get given away before top of the hour. There's no two ways about it. And this next game of Twitchy Tides begins now. Good luck. Krabby Mike right away, doing the wall crawl, taking out Funko Lover. Also taking out Glavadodon. We're down to 10, so remaining players, guess what? Top 10 finish. It's nice when you catch these games as a player. That's got where you're above the minimum, the count, but in a spot where you got a pretty good chance of getting a top 10 finish out of it, even if you don't last just a whole long as far as the overall game goes. My Druja gets taken out with a hook, down to 9. Big Worm the hook. That takes out Parrots. Zach Bonifer gets hooked on the way out. Tough break there. Down to 7. There's the hook on that left side. Lulu made it out. Random King made it out. Bo Reddington heading for the ATM. Narrow there. Swim dodge Vince. Somehow that crown didn't get hooked. Finally, Big Worm gave up, at least for the short term. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. It's Debo going left to right, taking out Random King. Taking him out by Lulu Fish. And we're down to 5. Couple of King Claws, a Lambo, Neon Leon. more JS gets zapped by Pink Felicia. That's all high-end fish. 2 King Claws, a Lambo, and a Neon Leon, the last 4 in there. Swim Dodge Vince, Bo Reddington, Viper Czar, Fonnie T. Fonnie T gets hooked by Big Worm. We're down to 3. 2 King Claws and a Lambo, the last 3 in there. Pink Felicia, going left to right, bottom part of the screen. And Felicia stings Viper Czar. It's down to this, Swim Dodge Vince and Bo Reddington, the final 2. The minion with the missiles. Those rockets take out Debo the Shark. Underwater rockets. Getting torpedoed, pal. Here comes Pink Felicia. Swim Dodge Vince gets stung, and that's the game. So congratulations, Bo Reddington. Tearing it up tonight. That's the 4th win for Bo Reddington in 13 games. And back-to-back victories. Winner in game number 12. Winner as well in game number 13. So congratulations on the victory, Bo Reddington. So for my Drew John up a top 10 finish and thus leaderboard points, all the way up number 1, or up to number 1, and your winner, Bo Reddington, victorious. All right, open now for our next Twitchy Tides game. Exclamation mark play. Type that to get in. Need to move over some more stuff from my personal wallet to my fulfillments wallet with the consumer break stuff, but I've got one more we can do here. We'll have a seasons pack from consumer break, plus I'll include a Twitchy Tides common fish. So for the winner of this next game, we've got 3 players in right now. You can get in as well with exclamation mark play and chat. I should bring the overlay up, shouldn't I? Should do this in the proper order. Make sure I'm in before I do anything else. There. All right, so for this next game, the winner gets a Consumer Break Season 1 through 4, just a season pack, plus a Twitchy Tides common fish, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Still to come later this hour, we'll be giving away another Faded Monsuda pack. It'll be a Gen 1 Everything pack to be given away. In addition, we'll have 2 more Twitchy Tide Series 5 packs to give away. All that between now and top of the hour. I'm going to make sure we stay moving in a timely manner, make sure all these prizes get given away. It's exclamation mark play in chat. Well, I anticipate I'll have some sort of a live stream Wednesday night US time, so to be determined, but I can't promise anything beyond just a rough range because I don't know what might happen. There may be some late adjustments that have to be made with the whole NFL mock draft thing. Ron Gone, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Greetings and welcome. Well, the music just cut out abruptly there. It was quite the timing. The bell rings, and you get net sound silence. Thank you for the follow. We've got 11 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. You can join as well. Just type exclamation mark play in chat. Winner of this next game gets a Consumer Break Seasons pack plus a Twitchy Tides common fish. And still to come later in the hour, have 2 more of those Twitchy Tide Series 5 packs to give away for this broadcast, plus a Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack. Those Faded Monsuda packs are in high demand. Many thanks to Sensei Bullrog, who gave me those Faded Monsuda packs to give away, just as much as many thanks to Pop Paragon for giving me the Series 5 packs to give away here. Greatly appreciate that. I never take it for granted. It's greatly appreciated. 11 players in. ScurvyBot's giving out Nash Cash. Stack that up just for watch me when I'm live here on Twitch. You can use this. Not legal tender, to be clear, but Nash Cash is better than like Lou tokens. That would have been kind of, whatever. Nash Cash, it rhymes, you can remember it. With 10 Nash Cash, you can dig. 100% success rate, no dig pass required. All right, 13 players are in. That's correct, Swim Dodge. So anything that's... I'm really careful about saying burn, because last time I had one of these, somebody burned their stuff outside the game. It's within the... Yes, so it's... Yes. And it's a relatively short run thing. Less than 24 hours from now it'll be done, but... Trying to get the late word out there. MockDraftNFL.com. It's really, realistically, with that next year is when I'm going to get more serious attention with it. It takes a while. Google has to learn that a website can be trusted. It's not going to just let you get that top 1 page spot right away. You got to, even though I'm the same person that had this other website, I still have DraftKings, but MockDraftNFL.com is the site. And particularly with this being the realistically the last chance, the guys from those Leaf football cards, the Quinn Ewers and the like. I thought it made sense to do it. So we got 14 players in. Let's take the overlay down. If it would let me, I would restrict it to just the promo items. Because I have had actual, from the official NashvilleLou collection, people didn't understand that, you can burn those, but those will likely have a lot more value not being burned. But it's one of those where I have to do it one by one with the templates. You can't do it just by schema. Or if there's a way I couldn't figure it out. I can figure this out. We got 15 players, and let's go ahead and finally take this overlay down. So for this next, because I don't want time to get away from it. We got so much to give away here between now and top of the hour. 2 more Series 5 packs. At Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack to give away before top of the hour, less than 45 minutes. And right here we got that Consumer Break Seasons pack, plus a Twitchy Tides Common Fish, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection that is noted can be used in that bounty block. So 15 players are in. Switch the mouse to go to the other computer where I've got this working tonight. The overlay is down. I'm in. Okay. Double check. Yes, we're good. All right. So 15 players. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this next Twitchy Tides game begins now. Good luck. And right away, Krabby Mike doing the wall crawl, taking out Random King and Ron Gone. Down to 13. Most of the enemies are capped at a maximum of 2 kills per on-screen appearance. It's 3 for a cannonball. Depth Charge. That takes out my Druja and Swim Dodge Vents. We're down to 11. The final hour for my portion of this week's Tides Tuesday. I'm going to blast as usual. Pink Felicia, Sting, Skelvadodon, and OP Influencer. We're down to 9. Although OP Influencer did get a top 10 finish out of it, as have the remaining players. The better you finish, the more leaderboard points you get out of it, of course, but leaderboard points all the same, as far as getting something out of it with a top 10 finish. Pink Felicia up top. Stings JR since 82. Stings me. There goes my Rainbow Soul the Catfish. We're down to 7. More than half the field is out. Debo the Shark. Up top, it's Debo. That ghost command from Zach Bonifer, Swimsley Fish. And to encourage Debo to just head on out of there without taking anybody out. Big Worm, the hook, takes out Jamie Penguins. We're down to 6. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. This is Twitchy Tides, and that is Krabby Mike. Krabby Mike. Ground level. Behind my logo. Doing the wall crawl. Krabby Mike exits. Cannonball. There goes Autumn's Toys. And we're down to 5. Depth charge. Takes out Loire and Zach Bonifer. We're down to 3. Parrot, Bo Reddington, and Funko Lover, the last 3 in this Twitchy Tides game here on NashvilleLou Live. Debo takes out Funko Lover. Debo takes out Parrot, and that's the game. So congratulations, Bo Reddington. 3 in a row. Winner of Game 12, winner of Game 13, and now the winner of Game number 14. That's 5 wins overall in 14 games. Impressive performance. Congrats. A turkey, says Bo Reddington, like bowling. 3 strikes in a row. And so it's top 10 finish for OP Influencer on up. All the way up to number 1. And your winner for the 3rd consecutive game, Bo Reddington, victorious. All right. Here's what I have in mind. I'm going to take my last break of the broadcast now, or in a moment. On the other side of that, we'll have a Twitchy Tides game. We'll have one of those 2 remaining Series 5 packs to be given away tonight. We'll give away the other of those in our final game. We also still have a Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack to give away, between now and top of the hour, which is less than 40 minutes away. I'll take my hourly break now, back in a few minutes. We'll really get into it for the stretch run. It's Twitchy Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. Alright, back on headset with you here, NashvilleLou Live. Got 16 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. If you want in, last chance with exclamation mark play in chat. Make sure I'm in. I don't think I am. All right, so 19 players are in for this next Twitchy Tides game. For the winner, a Twitchy Tides Series 5 pack, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. We've got another Series 5 pack still to give away this hour. We also still have a Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack to give away. It's a lot to do with less than a half hour to go, huh? Let's chop get to it. 19 players are in. If I win, prize goes to second place. So with a Series 5 pack on the line, this next game of Twitchy Tides begins now. Good luck. 19 players are in. Parrot gets taken out. Cannonball, but it didn't last long. Now it's Debo the Shark. Debo going left to right. Debo takes out Canvas and Viper Czar. A pair of King Claws get taken out there by Debo. We're down to 16. For most of these enemies, I have a maximum of 2 kills per on-screen appearance. Got it capped at that. For Cannonballs, it's a 3. Krabby Mike. Remember, King Claw can't be killed by Krabby Mike. I guess Krabby Mike already took out Funko Lover and Autumn's Toys. Well, actually, that wouldn't be true, though, because Autumn's Toys was a... Well, we'll find out here. I'm not sure what happened there. The battle continues, I can tell you that. 14 fish still in the mix. OP Influencer and JR Since 82 get taken out by Big Worm with that hook. We're down to 12. And again, Big Worm, the hook. Master A's is out. We're down to 11. with a Series 5 pack on the line for the winner. Pink Felicia stings Billy XBT and Random King down to 9. So remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish and thus leaderboard points. Here comes Debo the Shark. Bottom part of the screen going left to right. Debo misses everybody. You never know what to expect in a given game of Twitchy Tides. Depth charge. There goes Fawny T. Down to 8. Depth charge. There goes Bo Reddington. We're down to 7. Mr. 5150 gets taken out by a depth charge. We're down to 6. And it's Pink Felicia, bottom part of the screen. Felicia got sent back in the other direction by Zach Bonifer and his Swimsley fish. That ghost command. My Druja. 2 up. Pardon me. Zach Bonifer gets taken out, as does Swim Dodge Vince. We're down to the final 4. Glavetadon, my Druja, Kiyoshinobu, and me. And remember, if I win, the prize goes to second place. Here comes Pink Felicia. My Druja's out. Can Lulu escape? Nope, my Lulu fish gets zapped. So it's down to this, the final 2. Glavetadon and Kiyoshinobu. One of these 2 players is about to win a Series 5 pack, courtesy of Pop Paragon and Twitchy Tides. Depth charge takes out Kiyoshinobu, and that's the game. So congratulations, Glavetadon, the winner here on this 15th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. You get that Tide Series 5 pack plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. In addition, for the top 10 finishers, leaderboard points. That's for Random King on up, all the way up to number 1 and your winner, Glavetadon, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game with exclamation mark play in chat. And for this next game, let's keep the strong stuff going. Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack for the winner here. You can get in right now with exclamation point play in chat. And then I get in right now, right away. Stick with Lulu. I've got a short run bounty block. See linked in chat there. The Mock Draft Mania 2025 contest. Got some Leaf football cards that many of which have high, the lowest price on the secondary market. Even for the 2nd through 5th place finisher, the prize is a floor price of 15 wax. And to get in, the only way you can get entries here, or the primary way, is promo items that I've given away here from the NashvilleLou collection. With a short run nature, maybe fewer participants than otherwise would, but for those that are here live or able to participate, or that hopefully will hear about it on Consumer Break show tomorrow, or they'll catch the beginning of my football coverage. Once I lock in my mock draft, I have something in mind for tomorrow night. Probably won't be anything overly complicated, but to be determined on that. So it's exclamation mark play in chat to get in for that next Twitchy Tides game. Winner gets a Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack. We've got 8 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game here on NashvilleLou Live. And the winner of this next game will win a Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack. Many thanks to Sensei Bullrog who gave me these Faded Monsuda packs to give away. We'll have more next week here on Tides Tuesday, both with the Twitchy Tides Series 5 packs that Pop Paragon very kindly gave to me to give away here, but also what Sensei Bullrog gave for me to give away as far as the Faded Monsuda packs go. We'll have more of those next week right here on my #1 show on Twitch, Twitchy Tides Tuesday. Just a moment, I'll pull up the slate and show you. This is the official slate for the show. That was the streamer lineup that led up to me, and it's going to continue into the night US time. I'll be raiding as usual over to Cartman Bra. That's coming up in 20 minutes, so not too long from now. I know it cuts off there for Tides Tuesday, because Tides Tuesday turns into Wet and Wild Wednesday at that point. I reset the clock because I clicked the wrong button on the sources. Now, here are the technical stuff. We'll pretend the lobby just opened. We got 11 players, and there's a Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack on the line for the winner. You can get in right now with !play in chat. Got Scurvybot giving out Nash Cash just for watching me here when I'm live on Twitch. It's not legal tender, but you can use 10 Nash Cash to dig. You do that every 15 minutes. That's the cooldown. You've got a 100% success rate. No dig pass required. Good times. We have 12 players, and there's that Faded Monsuda pack. I'm going to leave this open a little longer because I think it warrants it. This is a very nice pack right here. It's Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack. Going to the winner of this next Twitchy Tides game. We got 14 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. CMC in the house, hello. Been having to jump off headset a couple of times. My coffee maker decided today would be a good day to pull a rib on me and just stop working properly, so. Got this white vinegar, it's distilled white vinegar you gotta run through the system to get the water scaling out. I don't know. Like what? I just want some coffee. I don't need science here, but hey, well, pal, if you want coffee, you gotta do it this way. Between that and Twitchy Tides not wanting to work properly in the browser source in OBS Studio, it's been... I'm glad I got ready early with this as opposed to... So, sometimes circumstances just don't allow that as far as getting in the prep time you want. There was enough time for me to figure out, okay, I've got to find a plan B because the normal way of going about it with the browser source is not working today for whatever reason. And the game was very slow to load, even in a Google Chrome browser on that other computer. But once it was loaded, it's been working, knock on wood. And so, we're leaving well enough alone at this point with that. And I imagine things will be back. It could be user error on my end. I would definitely not rule that out. But this is working, and that's the main thing. So we've got a big prize coming up right here with this Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack going to the winner of this next Twitchy Tides game. And realistically, we're going to have this game and then one more. We'll give away a Twitchy Tides Series 5 pack before we say goodbye for this part and say hello to Cartman Bra. Make sure you take that ride with me over to Cartman Bra. Ride that train all through the night as Tides Tuesday turns into Wet and Wild Wednesday with Cartman Bra holding down the fort overnight U.S. time with a 5-hour run. I think with Twitchy Tides, it's not just a game that is popular in a small part of the world. There are people around the globe that love this game. I look at my stats afterward with Tides Tuesday. Sometimes it's 40% plus. It's international viewers. It's a very positive thing. And it's a game that it's very straightforward. Anyone can figure it out. You can say, okay, you got fish. You're trying to be the last one in there. But yet there's a charm to it. It's worked out really well. Okay, so 17 players in. Let's take the overlay down. For the winner, a Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection that you can use in that bounty block. Less than 24 hours to go with that. Got the link there pinned in chat. The Mock Draft Mania. Get some limited run Leaf football cards. Didn't make a whole lot of them. And it's one of those things that as time goes on, I suspect... All right, a loud revving of an engine outside. So loud here inside my house through headsets. Distracted. Anyway, so that's what's going on with the bounty block. You can use the items you win from the NashvilleLou collection there as entries. Something to keep in mind. So 18 players are in. I'm going to use the other mouse to the other computer. So for this next game, make that 19 players. So for the 16th game of Twitchy Tides in this broadcast, a Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collections going to the winner. And this next game of Twitchy Tides begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Big Worm, the hook, takes out Fawny T and Funko Lover. And early on, we're down to 17. Now it's Pink Felicia, zapping Mydruja, and Jamie Penguins. We're down to 15. Pink Felicia takes out DeBoer.js. My Lulu Fish. We're down to 13. The hook from Big Worm takes out Finest HM and SDMe123. We're down to 11. The hook from Big Worm takes out Campus 83. We're down to 10. So remaining players, we've got a top 10 finish and thus leaderboard points. These underwater missiles, these torpedoes. Self-propelled. Cannonball. That Cannonball takes out War and Zach Bonifer. We're down to 8. Cannonball. There goes Swim Dodge Vince. We're down to 7. Remember, we still have one more Twitchy Tides Series 5 pack to give away after this game. Depth charge takes out CMC. We're down to 6. Make that 5. Random King taking out the chain reaction as well. Remember, a Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack is on the line for the winner. Cannonball. There goes Bo Reddington. Who has won a lot tonight but won't here. We're down to the final 4. Master A's, Parrot, OP Influencer, and Too High in the last 4. Too High gets hooked. Those minions too busy launching the missiles to intervene. And we're down to the final 3. It's Master A's, OP Influencer, hiding in the corner there. OP Influencer and Parrot, the last 3. And here, to break up that party, there goes Felicia taking out Parrot. We're down to 2. OP Influencer gets taken out as well, and that's the game. So congratulations, Master A's. You win that Faded Monsuda Gen 1 Everything pack. Congratulations. Exciting finish right there. And so for the top 10 finishers, along with that, leaderboard points. We get later and later into the month. More and more prevalent, particularly for players near the cut lines. Or is it top 25, top 75, or top 150? All the way up to number 1, though, here. Your winner, Master A's, victorious. All right, last game of the night for me. Get in right now with exclamation mark play. I'll do so. Take my own advice. Still can't believe earlier I talked openly about being careful not to forget to get in, and then what happened later? Forgot to get in, so no more waiting. Can you have a New Year's resolution in mid to late April? Because although I'd say that and still find a way, maybe. Potentially slip up. So the 5 players in for the last Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast with a Series 5 pack on the line. But of course, the fun continues after I'm finished here. We'll take that raid over to Cartman Bra. Who's going to go into the night as Tides Tuesday turns into Wet and Wild Wednesdays. With Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. So for those that haven't dug in the last few minutes, at least one more chance to dig Nash Cash and give it away by Scurvy Bot. There's that link in chat from Stream Elements to the bounty block, that the Mock Draft Mania. Even if American football cards aren't your thing, they will be for somebody. There should be value for the winner one way or another with that. We've got 10 players in. Antonio, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Greetings and welcome. It's NashvilleLou Live. Just in time for this last game of the broadcast with a great prize. A Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack going to the winner. Be sure to join me Tuesday of next week for next week's Tides Tuesday, episode 27. Begins 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 0200 UTC, for my portion of Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. I'll likely have a Wednesday night U.S. time broadcast of some sort, so tomorrow or later today, depending on your point of view. Once I get my final 2025 NFL mock draft locked in, talk a bit about that. I'm not very good at, you'd think that with my broadcasting background and the fact that I run an NFL draft website and have for 22 years, that I would be a natural for doing like podcasting or talking about the draft. But the problem is I'm not a scout. I'm just an evaluator. That's where I found my niche. That's where I found my success. There's scouts out there that write these very long, detailed, and very helpful guides as far as some of the top prospects. And in the past, where I had done radio shows, I was like, you want to talk to me? This is a site that I do just to do it. And then it grew into more than that. But I never felt that those radio spots were my best because I don't have that like intrinsic knowledge of like, you ask me about your favorite 5th round safety, and I can ramble on for 3 minutes about some guy from some college you barely heard of. Because there are people out there that can do that and do it exceptionally well. I just focus on the first round. That's all I do. Anyway, it's something I enjoy doing, and it's not anything I would have ever thought to get into other than the incredible timing of having that mock I did just to do it in 2003 be such a traffic driver for me out of nowhere. And then Google AdSense debuting and the light bulb going off. And then of all the names to pick, I chose DraftKing.com. And now here we are. All right, we got 5 minutes to go until top of the hour. If you're not in now, you better get in fast if you want in. Last chance, ! Play. We gotta get this game finished and get that raid over to Carmen Bra. Take the overlay down. 16 players are in. A Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack is on the line for the winner. Kansas guys, we're talking about that. I'll talk more about that tomorrow on the show. I'm a fan of Devin Neal. Anyway, we got 5 minutes to get there, so. All right, so 17 players are in. A Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack is on the line for the winner. And this next game of Twitchy Tides begins now. Good luck. Jamie Penguin's an OP influencer. Get taken out early, and we're down to 15. Master A's and Canvas are out. Down to 13. There's NFL Draft Profiles is a different side of mine. Got a couple of NFL draft sites. I'm out, so is Bo Reddington. We're down to 11. There's the NFL Profiles link there for Devin Neal. It's tough for running backs. The way the game has changed. Billy XBT's out. We're down to 10. So remaining players, you got a top 10 finish. Pink Felicia, I believe, still has one more kill that she can pull off here, but that's going to not happen with that. Remaining players, top 10 finish, leaderboard points. The winner gets that Series 5 pack, that Twitchy Tide Series 5 pack for the winner. Pink Felicia stings Dave Ira and Funko Lover. We're down to 8. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. I appreciate that, OP influencer. Viper Czar. You got fire, you got a spinning fish line there with hook. We're down to 8. Now here comes Debo, just when you think the enemies may have been scared off for good. Debo working that low side. Debo misses everybody. That was a well-timed freeze by Parrott. I think that would have been curtains for Parrott otherwise, but the battle continues. One of these 8 players is about to win a Series 5 pack. Autumn's Toys gets stung by Pink Felicia. Got the Dragon's Breath right there, but the damage done. We're down to 7. Pink Felicia stings Len PH, and Random King's out as well. And we're down to 5. With a Twitchy Tide Series 5-pack on the line. Antonio is out. We're down to 4. Zach Bonifer hits the depth charge. We're down to 3. Parrot, Viper Czar, and Swim Dodge Vince. One of these 3 players is about to win a Series 5-pack. Pink Felicia. Parrot's out. We're down to 2. Who's going to win that Series 5-pack? Will it be Swim Dodge Vince or Viper Czar? There's Big Worm with a hook. We had 1 Amy Eastern. We got the Minions. We got Dragons. We got Underwater Battle with the final 2. Got to get a winner. Here comes Debo. Debo takes out Viper Czar, and that's the game. So congratulations, Swim Dodge Vince. Victorious here in this 7th Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. You win a Twitchy Tides Series 5-pack. Congratulations. For Dave Ira on up, it's a top 10 finish in leaderboard points, all the way to number 1. And your winner, Swim Dodge Vince, victorious. All right, so take the ride with me now as Tides Tuesday turns into Wet and Wild Wednesdays. We head over to Carbon Bra for the next 5 hours. That's going to do it for this broadcast of NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. Thanks for watching. And now the fun continues over with Cartman Bra. See you there.